Yes. I mean. What do we get from what? From here? Here? This is 8, this is 16. Divide both of them by 8. Yes.
So what you did here, this is somewhere at the same time. This is supposed to be this is
Yeah, this is, we came up with this criteria, not of our mind. Any other questions? Let's go back to the policy here. It's suggested by Ryan, let's manipulate the prices. Let's fix what is the price such that Saladin is going to consume 4. Well, we know how Saladin demands things. He looks at how much he likes milk, which is alpha. He looks at his wealth, which is WS, which he can consume, and he divides that by the price. So we know what alpha is. Alpha is 0.6. We also know what his wealth is. His wealth is 2. And just have to figure out now what is the price. Well, we have that this guy here has to be equal to 4, right? Which implies so we got the final allocation, the final price. This is what Saladin is consuming. And he would like to buy, this is what Saladin would like to buy at this price. Well, but in order for this to be an equilibrium, we have to check something else. Right? What is a market equilibrium? What do we have to check that we haven't checked yet? Previous lecture, definition of a general equilibrium. A general equilibrium is a set of prices and allocations such that this allocation maximizes the utility of the agents given those prices and market equilibrium. It means supply is equal to demand. We haven't checked. Fine, let's set the price to be equal to 3. But let's see if the price is equal to 0.3. If the price is equal to 0.3, how much does Gabriel want to purchase? So let's see what is the demand that Gabriel has now. So the milk for Gabriel is going to be equal to B WG divided by the price of milk. This guy here is 0.2. This guy here is 10. And this guy here is 0.3. Look, at these prices, the price that make Gabriel, that makes Saladin buy 4 liters of milk, at this price, Gabriel wants to buy 666. Not a special. So basically, what is Gabriel? The demand. Okay, what we have done here so far? Figure out the price that makes Saladin purchase 4. And we check that at that price, Gabriel wants to purchase 666 liters of milk. That means it's caution. It means and maybe it means that they are demanding more than is very supply. Maybe you guys, if you guys, I'm pretty sure many of you guys come from different countries where economic policy is way worse than it is in this one here. But if you grow up in this country here, there's a chance that you don't fully understand what happens under controlled prices. Like, during the 80s, I wasn't too young to learn this, but I know the stories. The 80s in Brazil, they used to have the control prices for pretty much everything. So there was inflation going on, and they wanted to fight inflation. In order to do that, they have the established price. This is the price that you are allowed to charge. There was a law that said you are only allowed to charge this for this good. What happens just after a while is this. Well, obviously they're not putting the price too high, they put the price too low because they want to compare prices and to please the people. So what happens is that you show up to the shop, there are two possibilities. No, this is actually pretty much always what happens. If you want to buy the piece of milk, the piece of meat, and you get to the market, you look at the market and there's nothing. Imagine going to the supermarket, showing up in Ralph's, and there's nothing in the shelves. There's no things happen. And then you went there and said, I would like to buy, and then the prices are there. This is like the sirloin steak. And the prices are there. You look like, wow, you have the money, but there's nothing there. And then you go to the manager and say, look, I really would like to have this. Do you know when you're having? He said, no, we don't have it. But you have this different kind of sirloin, the tender sirloin, which is exactly how it is, but now it costs way more. And we start having a huge black market. And we don't know how these people are going to end up getting their goods. There's several consequences that will happen when people start controlling prices. And most of the time what happens is that if the prices are not allowed to vary, the markets are not going to clear. Either going to have oversupply or over demand. In this example, you have over demand. Any questions about this? Yes. Oh, it should be. Oh, it should be 8, right? It's okay, it should be, but it's 8. Did I get the 666 here, right? Yeah, no way. You're right, should be 8. Any other questions? We're trying to find, we figure out where the demands work. We're trying to find a fair allocation where each of them gets 4. Moreover, we would like this fair allocation to be efficient. We calculate what is efficient. Calculate what is efficient allocation here in this board. And I ask people to come up with interventions of how to get this efficient allocation. One suggestion was to manipulate the price. Let's figure out the price such that Saladin wants to buy 4. And we found this price. This price equals to 0.3. But at this price, Gabriel wants to buy even more. So there is scarcity in the market. So this policy does not work very properly. No, we don't know how, because like, we don't have a rule to solve the scarcity, right? Because all we did so far is come up with a price. And then we say, this price is going to buy this much. But we don't know who's going to lose if Gabriel is going to get 6.6 and Saladin is going to get 3.3, if they're going to get 4 and 4, how they're going to elbow each other in the line for milk. You know, if they're going to short form lines. We don't have a rule, we just know that it's not going to clear. Any other question? Yes, Mark. But first we're like as I said, sorry. As I said, sorry. We don't stipulate what is going to happen now. maybe Gibrael is going to get 4, Saladin is going to get 4, and Gibrael gets 4, and he wants more, and goes to the job market, to the black market. Maybe Gibrael gets all of it and doesn't want to sell to Saladin. Saladin has to pay more. We don't know what's going to happen. We all know is that it's not possible they all will get what they want. Probably prices will end up happening somewhere. It depends on who gets what. If we say that Gibrael is the third, Gibrael gets always what he wants and sell it back. So I would like to figure out about, but it's okay. This is a somewhat unsatisfactory result. But we're economists and we would like to do something better about this. Do you have any other policy intervention that you would like to come up with? Yes, what's your name?
Brian.
Brian.
Tax policy.
We could do tax policy, but in that, tax policy is a real uncommon possibility. Like we could subsidize all this, right? Say, oh, every time you get something of milk, I'll get you a rebate of $1 of 0.3, right? Because the initial price of milk was 0.4, so buy your milk and I give you a rebate of 0.1. But that's the same thing as selling price equal to 0.3, right? Or they're not exactly the same thing, but it has the same problems. So we're going to let the price be anything, and just say for the amount of quantity that you get of these, you're going to get 0.1 back. We're gonna have similar problems about this, but it's a good example. I don't have it ready here, the example now, but we're going to distort in what they want to market. And the problem, the government has to enter some money to do that. So if the government is going to add money, have outside money in this economy, why not just give the money to the people? Let it do what they want. Yes. Like Saladin is allowed to buy at 0.3, but Gibrael has to pay 0.4.
Or however much it costs.
Or maybe more.
Depending on how much.
No, yeah, that could work. Like you say, Sasha. The policy that Sasha proposed is let's give them a price discrimination. Like Gibrael pays 0.6 and pays something, and Saladin pays 0.3. We can do this. It's kind of hard to argue that this is a fair society. Like this is moral philosophy point of view. But it could work as economic terms. But you have to remember one thing. We also could say, well, we are a decentralized government. We know what you guys want, what is fair, and I give you 4, force you to have 4. There's no market. I force you to have 4, and I force each of you guys to have. And you Saladin has 8.58, the other guy has 1.42. But you have to remember that this is a model of the world. This is a model that has only 2 goods. If you had like, I don't know how many goods are out there in the world, but a lot. Right? We would have to have the right prices and price discrimination for everyone for all the goods. The problem gets complicated, quite. But you're right, that we probably, in the simplified model here, we probably could attain efficiency by having different prices. Alex. Look, because we already imposed here that the milks, we already imposed here that the milks are 4 for each. Okay? And I'm just trying to figure out the rest of the allocation. I still even get to the point to show here what's going to happen with the cookies, because even the milks are not going to work this price. Not even the 4 for it. There is another possibility, there is another policy. Okay? driving.
Victor, could we manipulate how much wealth that they have? Like place
Manipulate how much
Gabriel in
wealth?
say a higher tax bracket and take away slightly more from him than we would from Saudi.
Like a transfer, like a Hobbington's fund.
Sort of.
That's true. That's the next issue. You had something to say? We're going to do it.
Yeah, I was in CC.
Great. Let's change the income. I like this guy here. I'm going to raise this board. Okay? So let's make a different policy intervention. Let's take money from Gabriel and give money to Saladin. Well, let's let the market work. So now the problem is a little bit different. And the problem is like this. Solving problem is maximize. So let's recapitulate what was proposed by the recapitulate what was proposed by Vic. So we're going to transfer T units of money from Gabriel to Saladin, like Hobbywood's time. And we're going to figure out back reverse engineering this T amount of transfer such that Saladin is going to buy 4 units of milk. Okay? Well, we have to solve this exactly the same problem, but here now we have plus the transfers. In the budget constraint of Saladin, we add the transfers. And in the budget constraint of Gabriel, we reduce the transfers. There's a plus here, and there's a minus. Right? There's a minus. And now the same way that we did in the previous class, differentiating, making it equal to 0, taking the ratio of the partial derivatives, replacing the budget constraint, we find a solution. I'm going to do that again. I told this in the previous fraction. If you don't know how to do it, you should do it at least once. I probably was going to do this one time in the homework so you guys can get the hang of it. But after solving for this, I'm pretty good drawing data. If you think about it, it's very similar to what it was before. But now every time, instead of having just the W, we have plus transfer, and for Saladin, and you have the W of Gabriel minus the transfer. Otherwise, it's the same thing. You're going to see the algebra is pretty much the same. Also, so we still haven't completely solved this problem because we want to find milk for Saladin to be equal to 4, and it has to be a function of everything that is exogenous here, but it still has price here. So in order to reverse engineering, I'm going to replace the price back here, okay? Just going to take this equation here and plug in here. Okay, and now I have a price. Now I have a final location of the amount of milk Saladin is going to consume as a function of his preference alpha, of his wealth, and of the transfer. And now I want this guy here to be 4. I have as a parameter this guy here is equal to 0.6. This guy here is 2, and this is what we would like to know. This guy here is 10. This guy here is 0.2. So now just an algebra problem. 3 nice. Good. 3 times 2 plus 3 plus 10 minus 3 is equal to 6 times 2 plus 3. 3 plus. Okay. 10 minus 3 is equal to 3 times 2 plus 3. So we solve for that, and we figured out that the transfer that makes saladin by 1 unit, by 4 units of milk is equal to 1. So we're gonna go there and tell Gabriel, take 1 unit of money from his income and give to Saladin, and now Saladin is going to consume exactly what you want. We can check this back. Just plugging back in the demand that the Saladin has for milk. So is equal to 0.6. This is how we solve it. But now what we have to do is we have to see what does Gabriel want to purchase with this new income that he has. Okay, so let's see what is his final demand here for his new income. So the first thing that I have to do is solve to see what are the price that he's going to purchase things at the price. What is going to be the price of milk in there? Price of milk, just taking the formula that we have here, is going to be equal to 0.6 times 2 plus 1 plus 0.2 times 10 minus 1 divided by 8. Right? This is equal . Well, the price of the milk went a little bit higher. It was 0.4 before, and now it's 0.45, which is expected in some sense because we took money from a guy who does not really like milk to a guy who really likes milk. So more milk is going to be purchased, and the price of the milk has to be higher. Yes. 0.45 is here. Okay, and now let's see what does Gabriel wants to purchase of milk. So using the formula that we have there, the consumption of milk of Gabriel is going to be 0.2 times 10 minus 1 divided by 8, divided by 0.45, which is equal to 0.2 times 9 divided by 0.45, which is equal to 2. So, it's a good thing. We check that this market here clears. The Gabriel wants to consume 4, and Saladin wants to consume 4. So 4 liters of milk. That doesn't make, so they're not going to be elbowing each other to see who gets bribing people who are selling milk. They're going to get whatever they want. But we just checked so far that the market is clear. We haven't checked to see whether this is the efficient allocation or not. Right? We have to go there and figure out with this wealth transfer, what are they going to purchase of cookies of the other market? Because maybe it's equilibrium in this market, but maybe it's not equilibrium in the other. Any questions so far what we're doing? So let's go there and see what they want to demand for other market and see if it corresponds to the efficient allocation that we have found in the beginning of the class. Okay, so now let's check. Okay, let's see what the price of cookies now. The price of cookies is 1 minus alpha, 0.4 times 2 plus 1, I'm just using this over here, plus 1 minus beta is 0.8 times 10 minus 1 divided by 10, which is equal to 1.2 plus 7. 2 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.84. If you remember, let me put this in the board, right? The price for milk, the price of cookies initially, what happens to the price of cookies? You put it in the board. How much it was before special? And now we say 4. Why did it went down? Because what? Yeah, we took money from someone who likes cookies and gave someone who doesn't like cookies that much, so the price went up. Okay, now let's see what they demand to see if this price yields a demand that is efficient. So what are the demands? The demand that Saladin is going to have for cookies. something is good. It's going to be 0.4 times 2 plus 1 divided by the price of cookies, which is 0.84. Anyone has a calculator there to tell me what it is? This is also equal to 3 divided by 21, which is equal to 1 divided by 7. No, it's not 3. It's not 3, but it's something wrong.
Twice as high.
You want to complete it? Oh, it's not that 21. Oh, it's equal to 30. Which is equal to 10 divided by 7, which is equal to 1.42. Those are good news. The algebra is right. Moreover, Saladin is going to consume exactly what he thought he should consume in an efficient location. Let's check Gibrael's consumption now. Gibrael consumption is going to be 0.8 times 10 minus 1 divided by 0.84, which is equal to 7.2 divided by 0.84, which is equal So in the end, what they end up consuming is exactly what they would consume in an efficient allocation. No, we impose to be fair, but to be 4 and 4. But there are many efficient allocations, so I would like to be 4 and 4 the milk, but I also would like the cookies to be such that it's efficient. The idea is, in the Edgeworth box, fix the point where each of them consumes 4, and we would like their location to be in the line, exactly where this vertical line crosses the contact flow. It is fair, because we already have solved this for, it's fair, because according to our criteria, both of them consume 4. It's also efficient, because when you calculate which efficient allocation for 4, which is the one who is into the contract curve, we have found before exactly these numbers here. Okay. So in some sense, the proposed policy was a success. We got exactly what we wanted by transferring income, by having own policies. But perhaps you'd like to know, this is just okay, fine, this is an example, but you were kind of skeptical about it. I come up with the numbers, I cooked up the numbers before, and I presented for you. So maybe you're skeptical about it. So does it really work? Does it work for a more general purpose? Does it work if I wanted a different fairness rule? What do you guys think? Would it work if it was a different fairness rule? A different fairness rule that uses efficient allocations. They use efficient allocations. You understand the puzzle? Like it's solved once. We find out that we could find a transfer in a policy to give us an allocation that was fair. But how general is this? Can I do this for different groups? What if I wanted a free allocation instead of 4, that 4 for each? The official allocation would be such that each of them actually has 5 cookies. Because cookies everyone must have. Could I find prices and transfer that would make them happy? So the question whether it could attain all possible fair rules with this kind of trick of taking money from one agent and giving to the other can be answered by the second welfare theorem. Providing a welfare rule yields an allocation that is efficient, we can always attain it by transferring money from one agent to the other, Robinhood style, and letting the market work. The prices will come up differently than they were before, but that's okay. Think about it, the huge amount of policy they have in this country here. Tax breaks, things, rebates that you get, subsidized. When the economic theory says, if you want to improve the life of people, just give them money. Instead of subsidizing the life of students, giving them bus tickets, just give them more money. Instead of transferring money instead of making full programs of unemployment, just give people money. It may sound really strange for some people in this country. Okay, this is like my personal view. I think the first welfare theorem is very understood and debated by politicians because there are many people there who defend free market, even though in some cases when it's not clear that you should support it. But the second welfare theorem, not so much. In this country here, we often have policies that are towards let's give a tax break for one specific group, or rebate or subsidize something else, when we should be giving more money to people. It may sound weird in this country, but in countries like in Mexico, Progresa, it's a program where they give money to people, to families that take their kids to the school. I think the Progresa now is called Oportunidade. And in Brazil, Bolsa Familia also worked pretty well in that sense. Instead of subsidizing, giving more money to local politicians to help improve service, just give money to people. And that worked pretty well in many places of the world in reducing poverty. It's a really powerful theory. Manipulating prices, subsidizing with tax schemes is complicated. It's easier to do these Robin Hood style policies. Usually in Brazil, people would say, oh, if you give money for people, they're going to drink all the time. Oh, let them drink. That's what makes them happy. And it's also it's also assuming that you know better what people want than they do. You know, you think many people let them make their choices. People are pretty decent at making their choices when they have enough money to do so. Any questions? Well, unfortunately, this theorem has assumptions. Every theorem has assumptions. But this theorem, the assumptions are pretty much the same assumptions that we had for the first welfare theorem. No externalities, a competitive environment, perfect information. We have one additional assumption, which is kind of a technical assumption, but I'd like to point out here. We also have to assume the preferences are convex. It's mostly a technical assumption.